One evening as the sun went down and our cooking coals were glowing, down the path came a party hiking, and they said, folks, we're all going. We're yearning for a portal far away in a tavern full of shouting. So join us, friends, and let's descend deep into Under Mountain, deep into Under Mountain. There run dungeons hot and cold, where the monsters surge and pushes, and the youngest runes are old, where the mimics all lie waiting, and the goblin werebats roost. All the wisps and wasps and the mezzo lost, the hidden pit where we'll all plummet deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, all our blades will sing like choirs, as our arrows strike like drum beats, and our green flame pops and pyres. Our barbarian will stomp a brood as the rogues dance shadow play. Oh, we're sworn to go at a great tempo. We'll chant our spells as we now delve deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, you'll always find new gear, and your old mundane accoutrement can be handed down, don't fear. The magic items you'll attune and the artifacts you'll find. There's armor with gems and weird potions and a propeller hat that lets you ascend deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, the mad wizard stood gates so folks can open portals. He left clues to activate. He has a thing for puzzles and he likes to throw his voice. We're going to delve to where he dwells, to the lowest tower, to seek his power deep into Under Mountain. I'll see you there, the lowest lair, deep into Under Mountain.
Screen, placing blocks per hand, it's the hills extreme. Have you ever seen a Joe's expand? Grown and shown up with your demands, yeah. Everybody subscribe, Sean Hills is here to promote his bro live. Placing blocks all over the place, all powered by a vegan with jump boost and haste. Brother, I'll watch him let's play and excavate with Joe, all the views I'll say it. Binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Joe. Stream it. Fill in your gaps, check live feeds and load up HermitCraft. Watch it on any side screen. Back it up to clone redstone machines just building. With dry concrete powder, wetting it down for a much smoother towel. Cause on this tube there's only one server. The whitelist is closed, so don't inquire further. Neighboring players compete on their stores. HermitCrafters you love with improv rapport, you just binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft, binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Joe. Viewers, you better click subscribe because today we're building that hype. Comment, your praises don't fail. Sean Hills on a roll with HermitCraft details. Singing out loud the way it should be sung with the natural sound that you like for fun. You know it's live now like a HermitCrafter. Read the description, tweet about it after. The hour of the Hermit is nigh. Churning out videos y'all will like. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, 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 Joe. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Binge watch, HermitCraft. Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us! Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. And tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. Welcome back to another Joe Hills stream. We are here in the Strait of Gibraltar. I'm realizing I need to get a bed and move it over here again. Oh, well, we've got one there. Also, welcome to the beginning of a new week. For those of you who don't know, my schedule is that I stream 6 nights a week, Wednesday through Monday, 9 p.m. to roughly 11 p.m. U.S. Central Time. If you're here now, it's roughly 9:07 p.m. U.S. Central Time, so feel free to coordinate your watches accordingly. Some folks have already asked, what's up with the title? Well, I've been trying to include lesser recognized holidays in the title recently. Kind of something I started with St. Patrick's Day and kept going with. Some of you may not realize today is the International Day of Transgender Visibility. Now, I don't have a lot to contribute from a first-person point of view on this, so I have been pointing people to the New York Public Library's Stonewall Reader. I'm going to post a link to that in both chats. This is a very impressive book. For those of you who don't know, I am actually a historian by academic training. I have an undergraduate degree in history, and New York Public Library has one of the best collections of primary sources about things immediately leading up to, during, and after the incident at Stonewall, the Stonewall riot. And I recommend, as a historian, people always get as much visibility into first-hand accounts and primary sources as they can. So I hope you get the chance to check out the Stonewall Reader if you're looking for a little bit of insight into the events and the people that shaped a big part of modern America and the modern world. So, moving on to our actual build. Here we are at the Strait of Gibraltar. We have a great start to our thing here. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and ban that guy. Anyway, we are here at the Strait of Gibraltar where we have started work on our build of a model of the Ever Given at a 2/5 scale. Now, the reason I chose the 2/5 scale is because traditional shipping containers are 2.5 meters tall and 2.5 meters wide. So wait, not a 2/5 scale. Yeah, I guess it is. A 2 to 5 scale. At this scale, a container is 1 block tall, 1 block wide, and 5 blocks long. This is a really easy way for us to get this built at a scale that works. Let me show you, if we built it at 1:1 scale, and we rammed our 1:1 400-meter long model of the Ever Given into the base of Doc M77's goat sculpture here. To go 400 meters this way, so we got the nose rammed in right there. The tail, or the stern, for those of you who care about naval terminology, the stern of the Ever Given would not be here. It would not be here. It would actually be about here. 400 meters is so far into the woods here, you wouldn't even be able to see the front of the Ever Given. Look at this. Okay, we're going to go ahead and ban that person. Yeah, okay, I didn't hire extra moderators for tonight, so yeah. Maybe I didn't realize how incendiary this title might be, But that's fine. Here, this is one of the first pieces of advice I always give new streamers. And that is, at every point along the way, let people know who are racist, bigots, sexist, and transphobes that they are not welcome in your community. Because if your community grows with those people inside of it, you will become dependent on them for money. I go out of my way to let these people know they are not welcome, so I don't have to worry about what I say. I don't have to worry about being like, oh, I don't know, is it okay to say that racism is bad because I'm going to lose 50% of my audience? No, you got to drive those people out from day one. You got to drive those people out from day one. Now, this is why my channel took me 10 years to go from getting started to full-time streamer. Okay, this is not the fast way to make it big, because if you want to make it big fast, you got to take money from everybody all the time. But a non-trivial percentage of everybody is kind of a jerk, and I kind of don't want their money. So, anyway, here we are on the HermitCraft server. Like I said, 400 meters is too long to make this boat. We can't make this model. Finbo's Doodles, Tips 5, who says, Happy Transvisibility Day. I have to go, but hope you have a good stream. Well, thank you very much, Finbo's Doodles. That puts us 15 away from the next phase camera expansion. And let me make sure we didn't miss any PayPal tips. No. Good, good, good. Tips are always welcome via PayPal. For those of you who don't like YouTube Super Chat or are on Twitch, let me go ahead and post that URL here. I have actually started on the ship. And the thing is, it's not done. We're actually missing, we have 2 more rows of shipping containers to do, but they're a little bit more kind of finessed, right, than what we're trying to do. Callie Welsh says, thank you for getting rid of the haters and the toxic people. I do my best. So, the last 2 rows of shipping containers, we're going to have a 1 block gap, and then we're going to start the next row of shipping containers, and then we're going to have the front of the ship start to curve in. Callie Welsh says, do you have a Twitter? I do. Let me open up a new tab here, and I will go ahead. Let me find a funny tweet by me. I'm going to search for Joe Hills. Okay, so a long time ago, I did a series of tweets where I was making fun of Star Trek. There was this thing called A Softer World, where it was a comic like 15 years ago, about like being, it was like an emo comic about relationships, and so I started making tweets that were making fun of it about Star Trek. So here's my Twitter, and I'm gonna post a tweet about the Borg that I did in this like emo relationship style parody. So there you go. Yeah, so A Softer World was a great emo photo comic. I loved, it was like sad punk. Faye Summer says, Joe, do you still post on your Tumblr? I used to work on my Tumblr on my lunch breaks at my day job, but I don't have a lunch break at my day job anymore, because this is my day job, and I don't take breaks because I'm terrible at managing my own energy. And in the long term, I'm trying to fix that, but we're not there yet. So, yeah. Also, please watch the all caps. I'm going to start timing people out a little bit for all caps, because that's one of the rules. Yeah, A Softer World is a very time capsule comic, but yeah. I had a whole series of A Softer World parody Star Trek tweets. Like, here's one. I'll go ahead and post this. Abby Signer says, isn't the Ever Given unstuck? It's unstuck from the Suez Canal, but it's firmly lodged in our hearts and also the Strait of Gibraltar. So, Instagram's a Facebook product, and Facebook can burn. Burn, Facebook, burn. You're dead to me, Mark Zuckerberg products. Anyway, yeah. So from September 17th, 2009, I parodied a softer world with this Star Trek tweet. When I turned that corner in the Jeffries tube, our eyes locked. Before you fired, I was already stunned. Careful with the all caps fun time. The auto mod will not like that, even if I don't stop it. Anyway, so James says you should put the trans flag in the shipping containers. Here's the thing about flags. I think flags belong to the people who fly them. I don't like corporate rainbow washing, and I feel like people who identify different ways have flags that represent those identities, and that they should fly them proudly. But I feel like when other people roll up flying those flags, it's just like, hey, I want your money, so I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't feel how... That's not how I want to live. Pitmania says rainbow washing is performative. Yeah, I feel like me showing up and saying, I'm a historian. A good history book is The Stonewall Reader. I'm going to link that again. This is by the New York Public Library. It's a bunch of first-hand primary source accounts about Stonewall. That's a good history book. I'm a historian. I can evaluate that. I can share that. A flag belongs to the people who are demonstrating that identity. For me to wave that flag is wrong. It's out of my lane, right? So, yeah, I'm here. I'm going to talk about things that are good, that help people understand what the LGBTQIA community is dealing with in America and what they dealt with 50, 60 years ago. Because, once again, that's my point of view. Historian. That's something that I can speak from a place of authority and personal experience. Yeah, I have a degree in history. But is a softer world family friendly? I don't know. Like, it depends on how emo your kids are. A lot of it's about like being sad about relationships and like attacking the government. So, yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so no, I'm not gonna add any flags to this because that's just like screen cap points. That's like people are like, "Oh, look like that's not what I want to do." Is emo family friendly? I don't know. It depends on your family. The other thing is I haven't reread A Softer World in 12 years now. So I don't know if I would think it was appropriate for my child, because my child wasn't born yet last time I read it, so I don't know. Okay. So, we have part of this to, like, figure out. What I want to do is I want to grab some containers here and kind of get this started on being sorted, just so we can loosely determine what we're doing. Okay, so I think one thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to take a lot of the green terracotta here and put it and the green dye back in these chests over here. Gojira 1000, the boat and the vineyard are going well. Okay. Well, good luck to you, Lucy. You do you at whatever pace makes sense for you. Okay. Callie Welch says, do you like Star Wars or Star Trek? Yes! I know how Booleans work. I was also a programmer. So, the boat is already green, but we have a lot more work to do on it. You'll notice... Wait, did I put the fireworks away? I need the fireworks. That was a bad plan. Why would... No, I'm just out of them. I'm out of fireworks. Let's get more. Good. Okay. Yeah, so I used to program as a hobby, and then so my original plan with my history degree was to become a United States Marine Corps military officer, or specifically an infantry officer, and because they don't care what your degree is in as long as you have a degree. And when I had my medical issues, I was like, oh no, I'm going to need to get a different job. So I was like, well, I've been programming for most of my life as a hobby. I guess I can fall back on that. And so I did. So where is the... Okay, so this actually needs... Oh, because of the way that's going to go. Interesting. Okay. That's weird. Oh, I didn't figure this out. Mjolnir's Revenge says, I'm surprised you thought about joining the military, Joe. I didn't just think about joining the military. I joined the military. I was an ROTC, naval midshipman, marine option. And when my medical problems arose and I couldn't serve, I ended up owing them $40,000 for tuition, which it took me a decade to pay off. So, yeah, I tried my best, and then I paid for it anyway. So, yeah. La Ulila Lavilli tips 7 and says, thank you, Joe. Well, thank you very much. La Ulila Lavilli. That puts us 8 away from the next face camera expansion. Yeah, they used to forgive your tuition if you had a medical problem, but this was like when the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War were very expensive, and they stopped doing that because they needed the money. Hey, thank you very much to Mason, who says, who tips 20. Let's see, so that's going to put us $2 away from the next face camera expansion after this one. And so here we go. It's time to say, howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Do. And let's see. We need to take down that music sign now that I'm looking at it. Mason writes, one proud trans person, and you just streaming is making my day better. This helps so much. Also expand, maybe? Well, yes, indeed. We just did. And then we got a tip from Bunny Girl Next Door for 15, who says, hola, Joe. Thank you for your commitment to your content as well as creating such an inclusive community. Let's get you out of slot 7, free up some of your hot war space. Expand, Joe. Do. Okay, well, we were 2 away from our next face camera expansion, and then we are $13 past that. Wait, is that how that math works? Yes, so we're 7 away from the one after this. Here we go. It's time to expand. Juiced. Do. Okay, so here we are. Born to be kings. We're the princes of the universe. Baseface64 says, I don't often get to catch you on the streams, so glad to be here. Thank you. Bookish says, what game got you into streaming? Well, I started streaming back in 2008, streaming Adobe Illustrator, because it used to be you couldn't stream games. They were too slow. So I streamed drawing for several years before I started streaming video games. Evelyn McDonald tips 10, who says, let's grow again. Well, thank you very much, Evelyn. That's going to put us $3 past our next face camera expansion. So here we go. It's time to grow hills. I feel like the camera is tilted a little high. Let me see if I can tweak that. There we go. All right. I've got the hoodie on because it's cold in Nashville again. Show some artwork. I don't have artwork on this computer. That computer was, let's see, 2008 was 13 years ago. This is my gaming computer. I don't have anything for that on here, really. What's the first video game you played? Probably Tennis for Two on the Commodore 64. Do I enjoy drawing? I used to. I don't have time for it now. One of my goals is to get good enough at streaming that I can afford to do streams that don't make money. But we're not there yet. So, yeah. One day I want to do more art streams. But yeah, it's a long-term goal. Because like none of the art streams I did ever made me any money. Okay. Okay, so we need to go another block forward here, another set forward. We don't have... I should have brought some of the blackstone slabs, and I should have brought some of the... what do you call them? I should have brought some of the green stuff here. Okay. Where is it? Did I trim my beard? I did, so I could wear... So, I got these new N95 masks, and they didn't fit with my old beard. What am I making? Says, let's play with Rosewater. I'm making a model of the Ever Given. And I think it's going to look pretty good when we're done. Okay. So, did I leave those in here? Bow, bow, bow. Hey, Hardy Orange says, OMG, it's so huge. It gives a way better sense of how big the Ever Given really is. This is 40% scale. The actual Ever Given would have, if the front of it was like slammed into the base of the goat here, the tail of it, 1-to-1 scale, 400 meters, is all the way out here. Not here. It's not here. 400 meters is in the forest here. At about this point. You wouldn't be able to see it. It's outside of render distance. Tommy Boy Tips 5, who says, Joe, I truly value you and the powerful words you shared tonight. Thank you for the support. As a member of the trans community, all I ask is to be seen as another person like you or the next Joe. Also, is it okay if I make more dad jokes? Would that make me transparent? I mean, you do what you want, Tommy. Either way, that puts us 12 away from our next face camera expansion. I am not here to tell you what to do today. Okay. So, core concept, this ship, if we built it at 400 meters, it would be too big for Minecraft. So, building it at 2/5 scale, so that the containers on it are 1 meter wide and 1 meter tall, instead of 2.5 meters wide and 2.5 meters tall, is really just the best case scenario for how to make this work. That ends up being 160 meters long, but still less than half the size of the original. It's an incredibly large ship, end to end. Blackstone slabs, we needed some of those. Do we have any more? Let's see, polished blackstone slabs, nether brick slabs, blackstone slabs, there we go. Fem Funtime Tips 5, who says, many people refer to the thing where cliches use pride flags only during pride events for money or clout as rainbow capitalism, and yes, it is bad. Well, thank you very much, Fem Funtime, for the 5. That puts me 7 away from the next face camera expansion. Okay. Is this the ship or the dock? This is the ship. The ship is supposed to be wedged in here. Glad to help, Mars VP. Okay. So, by offsetting these by 1, we end up in a weird case where our containers are not going to be offset at the same rate as everything else. And I'm not sure if that works weird or not. Like, maybe we have the containers be off by 1. Maybe that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To some degree, though, I kind of want to start having the front of the ship curve in, and I need to figure out how best to do that while also like following the lead of the way the angle works here. Dark Dialga 777 says, yo, shout out to all my trans homies. Thank you very much, Dark Dialga. That's going to put us 2 away from our next face camera expansion. Okay. Let's see. UK Hamos A says, Joe, how much cash do you make on a stream? You don't have to answer if you don't want, my man. It depends stream to stream. One thing to keep in mind is that the YouTube Super Chat takes a big cut, and then I have to set aside a non-trivial percentage as well for quarterly taxes. So the amount that I make on stream, the numbers that you guys see and the numbers that I actually get to apply to expenses are nowhere near equivalent. But it also, like, the actual amount I make varies a lot day to day and week to week. I make enough that I'm basically what I consider a sustenance streamer. I make enough to get by, but I don't really make enough to get ahead and establish savings. That's not entirely true. I make enough that I can generally establish savings, and then when there's an emergency, I burn through my emergency fund, and then y'all tip enough that I can replenish the emergency fund. But, like, I don't own my own house. My car is from 2008. Like, I don't have wealth. I don't have capital. I have, like, a very narrow margin for error emergency fund and a revenue stream that basically meets my basic needs and my daughter's basic needs month to month. So, like, yeah. So less than you might think is the answer. Anyway, Leon, thank you for the 2 who says, all my homies hate YouTube. Well, that's okay. You're on YouTube and you seem cool. So, I don't know. You love yourself. Expand Joe. Do. And that puts our next face camera expansion at $20 away from present. Okay. A semiotic ghost says, I tipped via PayPal earlier. Well, if you're not Mason, or whose tip I read, Tommy, whose tip I read, Sarah, whose tip I read, or... Oh, wait. Are you James? Somehow this one from James didn't come through right away. But, okay, there's one from James that came through out of order. Sorry, the PayPal notification system is not perfect. We got 40 that somehow I missed, so apologies. So that's the note says, your camera seems too small. Shipping Grow Hills some bigger real estate. That's going to be 2 face camera expansions we need to process right now. Apologies for missing that initially. These are not perfect systems. They're the systems we have. But here we go. It's time to expand. Wait, actually, it's time to enter the juice. Do. Y'all have seen that money go straight to my head, but now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I've forged in life are about to begin pulling us down to the deep below. Enter the ghost. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Here we are now at 90% Joe Pasty. We got a second face camera expansion process real quick. Here we go. Grow Hills. Do. Lowering that opacity now to 80%. Thank you very much, James, for that. And we are going to get back to our build. Yeah, PayPal takes the smallest cut. YouTube takes a huge cut. Patreon is in the middle. But yeah, let me copy and paste the PayPal link again in case anybody wants it. Okay. Yeah, so this Bastion says living the streamer life. Yeah, the streamer life, not everybody is buying new cars and living high on the hog tonight. I am getting by, but I'm happy to be getting by. It is a privilege to make artwork for y'all that you enjoy enough that I manage to break even every month. That is a amazing thing. A lot of artists never get to where I am, and I am so appreciative of everyone who tips. So, yeah, I'm not trying to seem like I'm whining when I'm saying, like, yeah, I break even. That's an accomplishment. I'm proud of me, and I appreciate y'all's generosity so much. So, yeah. Okay. So, let's go ahead and sort this next part out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think what we want to do is start bringing this back in. What we need to do is figure out a pixel circle with a radius of... Okay, so something that goes 25 around would have a radius of 13 or... Yeah. Pixel circle radius 25. Okay, so we're going to say 25 wide, We're going to say thin. Okay, so it goes 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. Dark Dialga tips 5, who says, how familiar are you with pre-decimal UK coinage? Remember, it's 12 pennies to a shilling, 10 shillings to a pound. I did hear that BBC 4 might be turned into BBC 3.6, but I don't know what it means. So that's as close as I can get, Dark Dialga. That puts us 15 away from the next Space Camera expansion. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to put this pixel circle in a different window. Yeah. So the diameter is 25. So, okay. If we're going to start the circle here. Actually, let's pretend that let's get our torches out. This is 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to go 1, 2. And then it's going to go 1, 2. Then it's going to go 1, 1. And then it's going to go 2. And then 2. And then we're going to go to 3. 1, 2, 3. And then in the middle, this is the actual, like, bow of the ship would be, like, here. So it's not entirely a circle. So we're going to move the bow forward a bit, but... So that's 1, 2... So 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're not making this a perfect circle, but it is kind of close. So, wait, 3 and then... wait. Hold on. That should go more like that, I think. Yeah. Because it's supposed to be 7 wide. It's going to be a little bit weird. 1, 2... Wait. Okay, so this needs to be 1 over. Helium-3 rating with a party of 3. Thank you so much. Yeah, only an artist can draw a perfect circle. So we're going to go 2 back now. Oh, no, I forgot to apply the diagonal. So, okay, I did lose the count, but also I messed up the diagonal. So, wait. So this is supposed to be 2, and then 2, and then 1, 2. So we screwed up several things. 2, 2, and then 1, 1, 2. Dang it. 2, and then 3. Now, what we messed up here is that we're not doing this exactly straight. We're supposed to be doing this so it's further this way than that way. Pitmania says, would it be easier to build up from the bottom? No. So this is not a circle. This is a tilted circle that we're trying to do. Okay. Stream has been going for about 40 minutes. .905 says the stream is cutting out. It looks like it's broadcasting fine from my end. Yeah, kind of an ellipsis, but okay. So the thing to look at on the back of the ship here is we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we go forward 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then what we need to do is actually move this whole thing forward 1 here. I'm going to put a torch on top of that one because that's the one that moves forward. Excuse me. Yeah, so this is actually going to extend this properly. Okay. Dark Dialga tips 2, not 22, who says, if you move to Kansas, you would be Joe Plains says. I mean, I am who I am no matter where I go, but that puts us 13 away from the next face camera expansion. Thank you. So, okay, we got 10 blocks here, it looks like. So 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. No, we have 9 blocks. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this is 9, 10, 11. Wait, so 1, 3, 5. 7, 8. 9, 10. Now this next one would go back one, normally. But instead, it's going to stay here. And then it's going to go down. Okay, so that would have been 2, and then 1, and then 1. Okay, so wait. 2. Wait. 2, 2. So we bring that one up 1, then we bring this one up 1. Bring this one up 1. This is confusing, y'all, but we're going to do it. Hey, we got a tip via PayPal from Gritmonger for 20, who says, Gritmonger here won't make it the whole stream, so here's some contribution to 60% opacity eventually. Well, thank you very much, Gritmonger. That is going to put us 13 away from the next face camera expansion after this one. Here we go. It's time to expand just lowering the opacity now to 70%. And we got another tip via PayPal just rolling in from Marcel. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, wait. We got a few. Hold on. First off, we got 15 from Anna Marie. So let's go ahead and get that processed. That's going to put us $2 past our next face camera expansion target. So here we go. Grow hills. Lowering that opacity now to 60%, the most obnoxious opacity. I'm here. Okay. And Anna Marie says, seeing your transvisibility title tonight filled me with so much joy. Much love to all the other LGBTQ plus fans out there. Well, thank you very much, Anna Marie. That leaves us 18 away from the next face camera expansion. And then Marcel here rolls in with another 20, who says, I'm proud of you, Joe, especially since you pay estimated taxes. I'm a tax preparer. Well, that puts us $2 past our next face camera expansion after this. So here we go. Expand just Now we are into T. Joe Eckhillsburg territory, lowering the opacity to 50%, 18 away from that next face camera expansion. Yeah, if you're self-employed, you gotta pay those quarterly taxes. That is not an option. Even with all of the COVID-related delays, where they're like, you can file your taxes late, you can defer your self-employment taxes. They're like, but your quarterly taxes need to be paid on time. They know that's what they're all about. They are all about them quarterly taxes. So we have to be too. Okay. Dark Dialga 777 says, thanks for all the videos. You rock, man. Hey, you're most welcome. Let me get, onto dry land here. That is going to put us 16 away from the next face camera expansion. The Stealth Ninja 4529 says, hey, Joe, how's the ship today? It's going well. We just locked down kind of the front of it. Some of these dimensions, when I sketched it out initially, didn't exactly work out the way I thought. But we are doing well on the whole. So that is good news for us. I'm going to have to bring the sand out a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and actually remove these blocks here, because these are basically worthless. And then I think we're about ready to start recording the next episode. Congratulations on finishing your finance class today, Karkaranos Builds. Okay. Wyatt Pug says this might be one of the most chill stream chats I've ever seen. You know, I do my best. I do my best. I want this to be a welcoming place for everyone. The diagonal is going to be rough going through the body of the back. I know. Yeah, you're right, YOLO Slug Boy. But, like, the diagonal is what makes the containers really pop. Rendog berated me nonstop for these. He was just like, Joe, you never do stuff on diagonal. It's always going to come out bad. But at the end, when he saw how this looked with the diagonals, he was like, you know, I hate to admit it, but, like, yeah, it kind of needed them. Otherwise, it would just look like a wall. So. Okay. Dominico Noche, I've said happy Passover, like, last couple nights. Here's the thing about, like, actually getting a real rabbi on here is one of those things that is on my to-do list, because I think it would be cool to have people explain their religious holidays who are professionals and informed about them. However, this is the busiest time of the year for them. And so, like, what I really need to do, and I'm never ahead, right? I'm always, like I said, in terms of my revenue, it's like I'm barely skating by, but in terms of my planning, I'm making stuff up day to day or week to week. What I really need to do is try to get a rabbi or a Hasidic scholar on here the week before or 2 weeks before a major holiday, in order to have them talk about their culture and their holidays and stuff. But, like, trying to book a rabbi on Passover is ludicrous. They have other more important things to do. So yeah. Alon Starkeeper says, the overlay says you're still setting up. Are you still setting up? You know, a lot of people are curious. When will my stream begin?
PM, the usual streaming setup. Turn on the lights, make sure they're bright and gleam. Title, tweet for water tank top and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the stream, and so I'll pause, fold in, and open VLC. I'll put 2 songs before, lay your head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all, Joe Hills from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? After howdy, it's items and chest tools breaking. Pickaxe went poof while talking to you professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking. So I'll click crafting quick anvil time and champ pick, then I'll replace the books in random chests with care. I'll tour my winery, I'm sure there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swear. Not any closer to recording. Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin? Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode I've been working toward. I can't edit without footage, no. Once I'm all geared up, maybe we can start the show.
Alrighty, so now that we are all geared up, we can indeed take down that setting up stream sign. And let's head to bed real quick, because I don't know that Jiv and Cub are going to be rushing to lay their heads down and dream. Whoops, there we go. Ah, it's morning! Okay, so welcome back to the Straight Joe Brawler here, where we are fixing to determine our proper bow shape for our ship. I was just kind of removing some of the scaffold blocks here in an attempt to kind of like... So to some degree, I should just use actual scaffolding blocks at this point, but with the water, it doesn't really work. Ironfish says, I have appreciated your at least cursory references or nods to neo-pagan holidays when they come by, like mentioning Imbolc in your Groundhog Day stream. Is Imbolc a neo-pagan holiday? I thought that was a pagan holiday. Maybe I don't know. I don't know enough about this stuff. Somebody else asked, are you going to do that for other religions too? It would be interesting to, yeah, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm going to be kind of limited by where there are experts in my local community. So, like, ideally, I would try to get, like, one of the rabbis from a synagogue in Nashville. And, you know, we're a major city. We have folks from all sorts of different religions here. We also have some professors at the Divinity School at Vanderbilt that I could try and bring on. But, like, you know, it's a lot of it comes down to planning and appearance fees. Because right now, I don't have, like, this sort of thing costs money in some cases. So trying to figure out that sort of thing that's like a once things calm down thing. Also, with COVID going on, I can't necessarily get people in the studio super easily. So, yeah, a lot of that stuff is like months away. Hey, it looks like we have a new Patreon patron. Thank you for that. Just so you know, I have to manually send the Discord invite, so I will do that during business hours tomorrow. But thank you. Turtleshin says, I'll answer Passover questions for free. You don't have to pay me. Well, here's the thing, though, is I'd really rather hire somebody or bring in somebody whose job it is to be a religious scholar. So that way, when the chat has questions, like... I don't want people being like, Joe, why didn't you bring in a real expert? This guy is answering all these questions wrong, right? That's a disservice, and it's disrespectful. Like, rabbis spend a lot of time studying the Torah, right? In the same way that... And like, even, like, with... If I was going to bring a Catholic priest on here, I would want to get one from an order that is about scholasticism, preferably one who studied in Rome. You know, like, I don't want to just bring on, oh, here's a random person who is of this religion. I want to bring in somebody who is an authority and a scholar, right? Because this is about cultural exchange, not just about... What is the, like, non-swearing word for half-butting things? Does that make sense? I'm looking at Twitch and YouTube chat, Wyatt. But, like, the thing is, doing stuff with cultures and religions, you gotta really... do it right, or you do more damage than than you would if you didn't do it at all. So that's like a long-term goal. Yeah, that would be a long-term goal, to do more cultural exchange stuff on the channel by bringing people who are legitimately subject matter experts in whatever the topic was. We don't want to cut corners, let's say. Marcel says it's also difficult with Judaism because there are so many interpretations of the stories and laws. Yeah, that's one of the things I would want to be aware of too. So, like in that case, I might bring on somebody from one background to talk about Passover, and then somebody from a different background to talk about a different holiday, like Rosh Hashanah, and so we could highlight, and compare and contrast them. Like, Domenico Noce says you should ask my rabbi. I mean, like I said, I'm not there yet. I don't have the production processes in place to actually do this. Somebody was just asking about it, and I was trying to answer. It might have been you, Domenico. I was trying to answer, like, this is, like, the sort of thing that's in my long-term planning list, but, like, it's not a next month thing. It's a next year thing. It's a post-COVID, like, thing. No, I am not Jewish, the Daily Alt. That's my point, is like, if we wanted to come in here and talk about religious holidays, like, bringing in somebody who's an expert on that religion would make sense. Would the interviews be a stream or a video? Probably a stream rather than a video, so people could ask questions. Okay. Hey, we got a tip via PayPal here from Ava Vickman, who tips too, who says, "I've been pretty broke since I started watching you, but I need to thank you for enabling such positive conversation around the trans community. As a trans woman myself, thank you." Well, thank you very much, Ava. That puts us 14 away from the next face camera expansion. Good luck to you in your future endeavors, Ava. Okay. So. Stealth Ninja says, it would be cool to have someone from Islam. Yeah. So Nashville has a huge Kurdish community. We have one of the largest expatriate Kurdish communities in the country. And I would love to find people to talk to, and like this is the sort of stuff that was like always in the back of my head, is like where I wanted my channel to go. Like I always wanted to do more interview stuff and to showcase people who came from backgrounds that were different from my own, and to have more interaction. And now that I'm full time, like it's one of those things where this is more plausible than it ever has been, but because of COVID and a bunch of other stuff, we can't really do it yet. So, it's the sort of thing we're working on. Okay. So, let's go ahead. I'm out of food. Let's get a shulker box here. Okay. So, let's see. We're going to want to bring this over here some. And just, I love being able to just color pick off of whatever is over here. Maybe this is not a good plan. I thought there were going to be more blocks I had on me. We might have to get more blocks. That's going to be a concern, is what I'm realizing. Okay, so yellow concrete, yellow wool. Stelton is it just says next season Mega Base full size Ever Given. Probably not, because full size Ever Given would be outside of render distance. That's the number one reason we didn't do full size this time. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba. Yeah, Sawyer, it's like the equivalent of somebody coming in, like somebody being proud of their heritage in a very loud way. If their heritage is historically oppressed, is very different from if their heritage is historically the oppressor. You start rolling in being like, I love being this thing that's traditionally the oppressor of others, you're gonna get banned. Just, you know, like, if you like your culture, if you like your background, you just go do it quietly. You don't need to be a jerk to other people, especially on a day when we're celebrating marginalized people. So, yeah. People who are coming here trying to be jerks. This is one of the things I like about not having moderators. I can just ban whoever I want, and I don't have to justify it to anybody. You know, like, did you know that Twitch has this thing where you can, like, appeal a ban? Somebody could be like, hey, I think your moderator banned me for a stupid reason. And, like, if I was having moderators run these chats all the time, I might have to, like, open that up. There are, like, hundreds of messages in there, and I've never looked at it. I don't have to ever look at it because I know who I banned. Next problem. So, yeah. Yeah, don't come in here spamming icons. Or spamming emoji there, yeah. Okay. So wait, is the... Okay, see, I just assumed that the Wheel of the Year was a pagan thing. I don't know. YOLO's flag. No, I've already explained that I'm not gonna fly flags. That's not really my style. Like, I feel like people from communities flying flags that represent them are great for them. But when other people do it, it's more of a rainbow washing thing, and I'm not really on board with that. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. We came over here, we grabbed the extra food we needed, we got some stuff for making more containers. We need to kind of fill in the deck a little bit here is another thing. So there's like a white wall in the very front that contains the containers. Oh, we need to figure out... Okay, so this is... 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this one needs to actually go more like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, we got a tip via PayPal here for 5 from Eleanor, who says, watching you while I can't sleep at 4 a.m. I have an appointment for an autism assessment in the morning, and I'm very nervous. I really enjoy your calendar link content. Super cool. I do what I can, Eleanor. That puts us 9 away from the next face camera expansion. Good luck with your assessment. Okay, wait. Who is causing problems? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I wasn't watching the chat super close there. That person is now banned. Okay. Thank you for calling out the person by name. If people just say, Joe, someone is causing problems, then I don't know who to ban. But if I see a bunch of messages at once saying that, start the message, blank is doing this, okay? So if I see 5 messages in a row that says blank is doing this, I know where to go. But if I see a bunch of people saying spammer, or something like that, like, I don't know. I'm like, who's the spammer? Are you the spammer? You're all yelling spammer. So yeah, that is very productive. So thank you in particular to Leo the Leaf for calling out who was misbehaving, so I knew who to ban. That's very, very, very helpful. So yeah. We're going to go one this way here. Whoops. One this way. Dominic J. McGrail says, when you do something Catholic, you might check University Catholic. Honestly, if I was going to get anybody Catholic on this show, I would probably approach the hosts of the Catholic Stuff You Should Know podcast. Like, some of them have actually, like, studied in Rome, and I might not agree with them about everything, but based on their explanations of their studies and some of the conflicts they get into with their parishioners, I think that they are genuinely well-meaning, academically oriented, but also results-oriented people. Lunchbonk says, what are some of the things you don't agree with them on? Well, I mean, there are things they don't agree with each other on. Like, one of them is Eastern Orthodox, and the other 3 are Roman Catholic. So they don't even agree with each other on the number of siblings Jesus has. Like, I'm not gonna go... Like, that's a bottomless well. If you ask me on any single person in the world, what don't I agree with them on? It's like, let me think to my best friend. It's like, well, I mean, I like Rick and Morty a lot, but he likes Rick and Morty more. And I don't know if Rick and Morty needs to be liked that much. Also, he bought this model year car, and if I was where he was, I might have waited another model year. Like, I disagree with everybody about a million things. Asking me what I don't agree with some podcaster who is also a priest on is, like, a ludicrous question. Like, I don't even know how to start answering that. JD's Super Rad Doomsday Bunker Tips 2, who says, thanks for being a solid dude, giving great streaming advice. I try. That puts us 7 away from the next face camera expansion. JK Pablo, the Discord server is for folks who subscribe via via Patreon at patreon.com/Joe Hills, and those invites go out the next business day. So I can post that if you like there. But Dark Dialga says, I like your high-minded ideas. Very solid. Thank you very much. That puts us 5 away from the next face camera expansion. Okay. So, did that Among Us update come out with the new map yet? I heard people saying like, "Oh, we're gonna stream that all day," but I don't know that I actually saw anybody streaming it. But I also was super busy with my own stuff all day. So, oh well. It has? Okay. Mr. Shrubway says, were you affected by the flooding last weekend? How does things look now? We had very minor storm damage here. But it's looking better. They need to stream it all day because the map is huge. Good to know. Leaf to Soul says playing it now. Okay, cool. Yeah. We had some hail, and then we had some high water, but not too nothing insane. Nothing I'm gonna have to like file insurance claims over. Like the things that we had problems with were things that I needed to deal with anyway, and so I'm just gonna deal with them out of pocket. But like nothing crazy expensive. Like if I was like freaking out about it, I would have like let y'all know on Twitter. But okay, so let's go ahead. Looks like night's turn to day, or day's turn to night. Bum 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 bum. Have a good. Hope you're having a good day too, Rogue Galaxy. A lot of people are saying the new map is out. It made the game unplayable. Too many people were trying to play at once. Okay, good to know. So, yeah, I feel like we're in good shape here on the whole. One, two, three. So this keeps going out for a little ways. Do I expect to finish this build before the end of the HermitCraft season? I mean, we're doing great already. Like, did you not see how much progress we've already made? This build is going incredibly well. Look at this. It's 160 meters long. We've got some detail work to do. We've got some rough work to do, but on the whole, like this is not a build that's going to be like, "Oh no, can I get it done by the end of the season?" Yeah, Hermits helping Hermits made a huge difference here. Catspaw7921 says, thank you for recognizing Trans Day of Visibility from a cis ally who genuinely appreciates it. My first time watching your videos, long-time HermitCraft viewer, but you want a new fan, Joe Hills. Well, thank you, Catspaw. That puts us $15 past our next face camera expansion target. So here we go. It's time to expand. Where is it? Just do. And we are going to lower our opacity now to 42%. But yeah, welcome. New viewers are always welcome here. Yeah, the season isn't going to end tomorrow. I mean, I don't know if you saw today's snapshot, but they didn't finish the game. They made progress. The game's not done. It's nowhere close. Okay. I don't want to use red. I want to use purple, maybe? Cyan. So the very front of the ship isn't loaded as high as the rest, is the idea. White Pug says, I got a question. Is the season going to be reset at Caves and Cliffs update? You implied it, but not completely. We have not set a update plan necessarily, but I would be shocked if we did not keep going until then and then reset at that point. That's currently looking like what makes the most sense, but what makes the most sense now might not make the most sense later. So nothing is confirmed or locked in, but that's kind of the rough plan. Somebody says Season 8 is going to be great. Yeah, that's Grant Rogers. I agree. I think Season 8 is going to be great. Yeah, Tango wants to do Decked Out 2 for the next update. Yeah, that'll be next season. Okay. Good to know, Iron Fist. I am not an expert on the Wheel of the Year. It comes up throughout the year because that's how calendars work, but I don't claim to have any proficiency, training, expertise, or mastery over the Wheel of the Year. Okay. Don't yell in all caps, Stealth Ninja. It's time out. Okay. Switch to yellow concrete. Dark Dialga 777 says, tips 2, it says, I found a buffalo nickel today, 1927. Awesome. That puts us 3 away from the next face camera expansion. Whoops. Don't want that to lose track of where we are. Okay. Is the ship going to be a farm of some kind? No, it's an obstruction. Chasm says, are you building the Ever Given? We're building a 2/5 scale model of the Ever Given in the Strait of Gibraltar here. That is going to be called Joseph's Amazing Technicolor Dreamboat. The idea was that we want to create a real eyesore, so anybody who gets their wedding photo taken here just hates it. I think we're making good progress. Okay. Yeah, Cleo and I both came up with that name at the same time because our brains are very copacetic. Also, if y'all are not following Cleo on Twitch, she just made affiliate. She used to stream on YouTube, so people aren't used to following her there. So if you're not following Zombie Cleo on Twitch, she does some great streams. I pop into them from time to time.
And Dark Strauss for subscribing.
Whoops, let's mute that. But yeah. But like sometimes I make little cameos because I'm often AFKing in her base when she is like logging in and stuff on the streams. So with the proximity chat mod now, that means that like I'm just like over there getting my cacti for the ship here. She starts talking like, "Oh, hey stream, how's it going? Okay, everybody take a deep breath." And then I go, and she's like, "Ah, what's going on?" It's fun. So yeah, follow Cleo on Twitch. Cleo is great. Cleo is the hermit I have known longest, even though she only joined HermitCraft in season 2. I knew her well before that. Which is part of why she got invited to the server, because she's always been good people. Cleo has been an incredible person, an incredible creative person for years. And I cannot say enough good things about Cleo. So I hope that you follow her on Twitch. Okay. So, got this kind of going here. We're going to have this kind of fill in along here. Dee 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 doo. Bum 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 boom. Na 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 na. Okay. I'm gonna need to go get some more random blocks. How do we vet new people? Well, we got a professional veterinarian that we contract with, and he makes sure that they got their shots, that they don't have rabies, all that stuff. Okay. Maybe we don't need that much magenta wool. Get some pumpkins, more of a few things here, lime concrete. Okay. You always want to hire a professional. Ooh, pumpkin. I want a pumpkin. Put this here. Na 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 na. La da 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 da. Purple concrete. Freeing up inventory spaces. Pumpkin. I like having similar colored ones next to each other because it really just makes it feel even more textured. Okay. Okay, so orange concrete, orange concrete, orange concrete. Throw that there. Lime concrete, lime concrete. Purple wool. Oh. Magenta wool. I feel like to some degree I might be overthinking this. But on the other hand, it's like, well, you want to do it right. Okay, so these ones need to stop lower here. These ones are going to be loaded lower, so that way the people in the tower can see ahead further, I think. Okay. Ooh, let's save that one. Yellow terracotta, or yellow concrete. Okay, so I think we want to come up and over here at this point. And then over like that. Then we're gonna go. Let's get which one do we have 5 of left? Maybe the yellow concrete. Yeah. Dark Geologia Tips 2 says any April Fool's Day pranks planned? Nope. Not now. I've only got $1 left from the next face camera expansion though. Thank you very much, Dark Geologia. Okay, sorry, just checking the chat. Everything looks good. Somebody says, what are the rules? Well, they're in the stream description below, so I'll time you out so you have time to read them before you accidentally say something that would get you banned. Okay. Dark Dialga 777 tips another one. That's going to put us evenly at our next face camera expansion target. So here we go. Expand. Lowering that show opacity now to 32%. Brr, a frigid 32% Fahrenheit show opacity. Okay. Okay. Oops. Uh-oh. Nick, thank you. I'm glad that y'all appreciate that, but don't yell in all caps. That's going to get you timed out. I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm glad that I could help you have a better day in some small way. But nonetheless, the rules are no yelling in all caps. Sorry about that. I always feel more like a jerk for blocking people about the caps when they're like legitimately happy about something that I want them to be happy about. But like, the problem is if I don't remove things that are in all caps, people just all are really like, wait, can I yell in all caps? Rhino says, what is Trans Day of Visibility? Here it is. It's on Wikipedia. You can read about it there. Because when I answer the same question 28 times, the stream gets boring and people leave. So do your own research. Okay. So let's go ahead and get some of these in here. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So what I should do, I need to go get more ladders. Okay. Whoosh. Did I leave ladders in here? No. Did I leave ladders in here? Yes. I can come in here and actually start removing some of these too. Okay. Oh, let me make sure I'm not missing anything. And hey, we did get a PayPal tip from Josh. Thank you, Joshua, for the 21. That's going to put us $1 past our next face camera expansion milestone target. So here we go. It's time to expand. Whoops. Expand. Wait, that's not it. OBS is freaking out. OBS does not like it when the camera gets this big. Just something else we moved. I don't even know what else we moved, but we moved something. Okay, OBS, calm down. That's gonna put our Face camera Joe Pasty now down to 24%. Joshua leaves a very nice note saying, "Hey Joe, just wanted to say I've been a fan for years and love your content. Was wondering if you have or thought about publishing any poetry books. From what I hear on your videos, I'd be a buyer of your poetry. Love ya." Yeah, that is something I put some work into getting set up before COVID, but I'm kind of putting all my merch plans on hold until everybody has a chance to get vaccinated, and things kind of calm down with the shipping. There's a lot of stuff that's outside of people's control right now with shipping. Also, the t-shirts and books I want to get printed or published or whatever, I want to print here locally in Nashville. But I don't feel safe doing that right now because our city has not been managing this whole crisis well at all. So I'm kind of waiting for another month or so before I really start moving forward with that stuff. Because, you know, the point of printing locally, even though you pay way more per shirt, is that you can go check on the facility, look at stuff. But, like, you know, I want to have my vaccine fully kicked in. I want to make sure the employees had a chance to get vaccinated, that sort of thing. So, yeah, it's in the works. But, yeah, it's not immediate. But I'm a big fan of, I forget where I first heard this. Somebody explained, like, so the whole thing is that if you are a businessman or somebody and you've got money and you need to hire somebody to do something, like print books or make shirts in this case, you hire somebody to do that who lives in the same town as you. So then they have more money for their employees, and, like, things are just generally better around you. You can, you know that, like, the employees aren't being mistreated, and you can also know that, like, hey, by increasing demand for employment around me, that's going to decrease crime and unhappiness around me. And the short version of this is, hey, if you're doing pretty well and you get a nice car, it'd be really good if other people in your neighborhood were doing well enough that they didn't have to break into your car. You don't want to have your window smashed. I don't know, maybe take the money you're making and reinvest it in your local community. Now, that's incredibly reductive, obviously, but it does mean something. Because, like, if I got books or whatever, or shirts made in China, even though the individual shirts per unit would be cheaper, I feel like I would have an ethical obligation to inspect the facilities there, and that's going to eat into that cost difference real quick, especially with the work camps for the Uyghur Muslims. It's like there's a lot of stuff happening over there that I'm not happy with, and so, yeah, it's just not a good time to be producing non-essential goods, you know? I want places to be focused on making masks and other things that are more necessary than my t-shirts or my books. So, and I want places that are able to send their employees home. And, like, that's why we have this paycheck protection plan loan thing, is so that companies can afford to say, hey, even though we're idle right now, we don't have to lay you off. It's like, look, I'd rather not create demand on something that's non-urgent and try to force people to come into work who maybe shouldn't, you know? Because our city, there's so much tourism stuff going on right now. It's really risky. You could get sick from somebody coming in from out of state, and it's not great. So anyway, yeah, so my merch stuff is on hold right now. But thank you for the 5, Byron, who says lowercase donation. And then that puts us 14 away from the next face camera expansions. So thank you very much, Byron. Okay. So let's go ahead and just kind of placing some blocks here, getting some stuff placed. Do. Bum bum ba da na na da na. Bum bum pumpkin. Wool. I'm just kind of placing these pretty haphazardly at this point, but like we gotta get blocks into the build. It's kind of where I'm at right now. Apparently, I'm massively mispronouncing Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, I don't know. I've only read it. I don't listen to a lot of like TV or radio news. I mostly just read things on the internet. Okay. Okay. So. Is there any news of you becoming an affiliate on Twitch? Not to my knowledge. Why would there be? I think you have to apply for that. So I would be very surprised if I became an affiliate on Twitch. Okay. So yeah, basically the short version is I don't expect y'all to do extensive research on where everything you buy comes from, but if I'm going to be buying dozens or hundreds of something from a factory, at that point I should be doing that research. Okay. Yeah, Nashville is not... Tennessee and Nashville have not been handling this whole thing well. Do I have a local shop in mind? Yeah, one of my former employers used to print a few thousand shirts a year through a particular company, and so they were always my go-to for my merch for my webcomic because... I already knew the people there. I already knew what they needed in terms of like files and how to format things for their printer and stuff. And they also knew that it was probably a bad idea to screw up the order for somebody who prepared, who worked for an office that ordered like thousands of shirts a year. So even though my orders were relatively small, I had the same contact for my personal stuff or my like hobby stuff that we had. The webcomic server is down right now. That's in my queue of things to get back up at some point. But that's not super urgent for me because it doesn't make money. And is also like written in PHP 3. Like I really need to just migrate the entire thing to something modern, but it's on a custom CMS that I customized further. It's a nightmare. But it just goes down all the time, and it's been down for a while because I just can't dedicate the time to fixing it properly at this point. So, thanks for reminding me of more work I have to do. Do. It's always something. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that lines up properly. Good. Okay. Yeah, there was some flooding in Nashville. Okay. Okay. I should really come through here and do the bottom first, but... I mean, 1945 Chew Toy says, bring some of that money to West Tennessee. We got good print shops in Jackson. Yeah, but I can't drive out to Jackson. I can drive, you know, like, my local printer is local. I can drive over there on my kid's school lunch break and be back in time for her next class. Like, there's advantages to... I'm not saying, like, there are advantages to doing things properly local that you lose when you go an hour away. Okay. Oops. Hitting the microphone boom. Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about how this is looking. So we come down there, we get some of that, and okay. Yeah, if I have to get on the interstate to go see the manufacturer for something, I'm probably printing it too far away. I live in a city. I should be able to get stuff done in town. Alan, thank you very much for the 10, who says, thanks for the great content, Joe. I appreciate your ethical considerations for your merch. That's the thing a lot of people might not consider, and I'm glad you're not just considering them, but sharing your journey so others can learn. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much. That is going to put us $4 away from our next Face Camera expansion. So thank you for supporting the show, Alan. Okay. Yeah, it's about time to record that next segment, or that first segment. I kind of just wanted to get enough of the front of the ship in to really show where it was. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just getting enough of the containers in and the bow of the ship to make sure that this roughly works. So Lunchbunk says, I love you, man, but sometimes I feel like you get praise on this stream for basic human decency. Thanks for not hating trans people. Thanks for believing COVID is real. Kind of sad that those things are noteworthy. Lunchbonk, that is a very legitimate concern, and I share that concern. I was actually talking to one of my friends about that earlier today. I was just like, I feel weird sometimes that things that should be the floor are things that I am praised for. Because, like, I just, like, it surprises me that people are surprised I think about this stuff, if that makes any sense. Like, it feels like a natural obligation I have to do these things. Hey, welcome Trill Gaming. Thank you for the raid. But yeah, like, no, you're right, Lunchbonk. Like, I don't think that any of these things make me a great artist. I'm trying to be a great artist because I'm trying to make great things, and I'm incidentally trying not to... I'm trying to acknowledge and live up to the responsibilities that I naturally incur because of where I am in life. But that doesn't... Yeah. Like, I'm trying to do more than the bare minimum, but I don't know that I'm doing much more than the bare minimum. And it's sometimes disappointing that when I'm compared to others that those people aren't doing the bare minimum. But yeah, no, I know what you mean, and that's yeah. I do what little I can, and I feel like it's very little, because honestly, most of my energy goes to taking care of myself and my daughter. Like we are like barely above survival mode most of the time. Like we have all the things we need, but like I said, we're not wealthy. We don't have a huge amount of savings to fall back on. Like I'm getting by. I'm putting my energy into doing enough work to get by. And one day maybe I'll be able to do more, but like I'm always worried about next month's paycheck. Like welcome Silver Lycan Studios. But yeah, when you are living basically paycheck to paycheck, you can't devote the energy you might like to helping others. At least I can't. I don't feel like I can. And so yeah, like I definitely am always thinking like there's more I could do. But I'm not there yet. And I'm trying to get there. But I don't know. So anyway, that's Oh. Let's see. So we've got the front of our ship. For the Silver Lycan Studios Raiders coming in. Sorry, we were in the middle of a conversation about something when you rolled in. My name is Joe Hills. I'm broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee, here on the HermitCraft server, where I am building a model of the Ever Given that I'm calling Joseph's Amazing Technicolor Dreamboat. It is at 2/5 scale. Basically, my friend Doc M over here decided to take a break from the server for a little bit, and I thought, you know what? Maybe when he comes home, he should, go to hang out in the hot tub here. Wait. Oh no, I thought that was going to turn the bubbles on. That did not turn the bubbles on. But anyway, I want him to come relax in the hot tub here and just be like, what is this? Why has my friend done this to me? So, anyway, there you go. This is where we are. We are working on this model of the Ever Given called Joseph's Amazing Technicolor Dreamboat. And we're getting there. We're getting there. That's the cover for the hot tub. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this has gone so far. But we're trying to close out. We've got the last 2 rows of shipping containers here that I'm currently engaged in laying out. All this is indeed kind of a lot, but we're getting it done. Hey, looks like we got a new Patreon patron. Thank you very much for that. Just so you know, the invites go out manually. I got to send that out by hand, so that'll be the next business day. So keep an eye on your Patreon inbox for your Discord invite, new patron. Oh yeah, maybe the German Coast Guard will come and move my boat. That would be funny. I don't know how likely that is, though, realistically, though. Okay, so we're going to put that there. We don't have... Like, it's like... Oh, dang it. I had way more blocks at some point, and we've just been burning through them so quickly on this project. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually let's put in some of these here. Okay, we're gonna go grab some more blocks from over here. Prismarine. That'll look good. Somebody used some honeycomb somewhere, I think. Did they? I thought I could have sworn I saw a honeycomb here or there. Maybe not. There's some red sandstone in there, though. Prismarine, prismarine. La da da da. Do 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 dee dun 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 dun. Okay, so I think I want to go in one here. And go one there. Whoops. And orange. Color terracotta, yeah, we're running low on that. Mysterious says, I'm curious how you do the superstructure. That can be harder at smaller scales. Yeah, that is going to be a concern, believe me. That's actually what the next video is about. I'm just trying to get enough of... So I didn't actually truly finish the containers and the deck at the end of the last video. So I'm trying to get enough of that we can start the video with this feeling like we are close. That we're actually at the next phase, right? You're low on terracotta after 10 shulkers. Oh! You're right, I forgot. We've got 10 boxes of terracotta here. Blurb. Orange terracotta, yellow terracotta, white terracotta, gray terracotta. Womp womp. I am the fool. Isn't the lighthouse supposed to show what to avoid? Yeah, that's the joke. Is that after getting dislodged from the from the Suez Canal, they immediately got lodged over here. Okay. Next stop, Panama. A man, a plan. Okay, so... yeah, I can take out that there. Oh, I got rid of the green terracotta. That was a mistake. Well, whatever. Hey, at least I had a boat. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got this far. How are we doing on lights in here? No mobs spawning at this point. I'm gonna have to work out what went wrong with that diagonal there. Yeah, it does look pretty awesome on the inside, right? I'm really happy with how this has turned out. So let's go ahead and, even though this isn't exactly how this is going to go, we're going to actually have to put in some stuff on the front here. Let's get at least this part of the deck in. Any plans for what to do on the inside of it? None. I didn't think that far ahead. I'm just trying to do this while it's still funny. I understand that in a week or two, people will not want to see more of this boat. Or this ship. So, I'm just trying to get it knocked out here while it's still relevant. Too bad there's no slime chunks inside the ship. We don't actually know that. There could be a lot of slime chunks inside the ship. Okay. So, let's get some of these terracottas out. Don't want to necessarily have all these next to each other. Yellow wool. Elytra is low. We've got a whole shulker full of elytra, so we'll fix it later. That doesn't seem like a problem for right now. Orange terracotta. Okay, then let's pull in one of these here. Well, that actually looks like that's too symmetrical. Don't want too much symmetry. Because they're supposed to look like haphazardly placed. So like I might jump around and place a couple of these here and there. And then cycle them out, grab in the other ones. Then grab this one here. That there. Brown mushroom block, brown mushroom block. Da, 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 dee, 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 da, da. Orange terracotta. Magenta wool. Da, 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 dee, 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 dee. I feel like there was more wool in one of these chests and I just never grabbed it. People are really upset about the elytra. Okay. Hey, I found the rest of the rockets too. Okay. Are you going to add more to the boat than just the cargo? Yeah, that's going to be the point of the next episode. We're getting the cargo in now, because I was hoping to get all the cargo done last episode, so I'm kind of catching up on what I didn't get done last episode. Then this episode, we're going to work on like the tower and the scaffolds and supports and stuff. Yeah, this is a 2/5 scale model of the Ever Given. Okay. Also, though, I'm realizing it is very late, and I was up very late last night because we had some more storms. Also, I had to do some freelance server configuration work. So, let's see. I should probably call it a night at a reasonable hour so that I can, what do you do? Wake up for my kids' school tomorrow. Ooh, Attack from Mars. Attack from Mars is one of my favorite pinball tables. Colorado Pinball is playing that now. Let's go ahead and make sure that's muted for the time being. So we'll go ahead and raid them. Here we go. Y'all, when we get there, you can say, howdy, y'all. Joe Hills raid here. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee.